Welcome to a best of 3 between in the red it is Black Templar Gaming versus in the orange DeFIANT. In the orange, yes indeed, both of them are Nod. And well, standard start for both as well, just power plant and then into a Hand of Nod. It's on elevation, a very standard map. So, a little bit faster already for Black Templar. Alright. And scouting for with minigunners and flamethrowers afterwards. Makes sense. Efficiency for the second refinery over here isn't ideal, but it's probably going to be fine. Slightly different construction yard placement, which might also be the reason why Black Templar is ever so slightly faster. Though, shouldn't have been such a big difference. Engineers coming out already for DeFIANT though, so that could be very, very interesting. Double engineer already, that's expensive, it's $1,000. So, I don't know what they're going to use them for. And well, I wouldn't say it will be GG if they do or don't land, but it's an expensive loss if they don't, and it's an expensive loss for Black Templar if they do, because then it's probably going to be construction yard which will be stolen, and possibly airstrip or a refinery. And will Black Templar see them? Well, he's moving there, but no. And he does not know about them, though he does now have scouting, so building more would be a little bit scary. Also, just the fact that they are not using them could mean that it was just accidental, in which case it's still 1,000 which you can't use, which is quite a bit. Eco slightly better for Black Templar right now. And buggy numbers, well, if they're fighting on this side, it will be quite good for Black Templar as well. Both with one flamethrower mixed in, oh well, doesn't really do all that much. And DeFIANT is slightly slower with all of their buggies, which, well, could also mean that 1,000, which they spend on engineers, that's a couple of buggies. So, let's see, Black Templar crawling way better, will be expanding over to this field already. 5 harvesters versus 5 harvesters for now, but with one coming up there quite soon, I would assume, it will be 6 to 5, and expansion for DeFIANT will not be that easy. In the middle, a good fight for DeFIANT, and a little bit of a push down south for Black Templar, with their 6th harvester now. But yeah, that push really shouldn't be able to accomplish anything, and it won't for now. Second airstrip coming up for DeFIANT, though they're not really able to keep up production, I feel. As well, yeah, their eco really hasn't expanded all that much compared to a couple of minutes ago. Or a minute ago, not a couple. And of course, they were already struggling for cash a bit. First couple of bikes are coming out for DeFIANT now. Black Templar has not got those yet, but is still expanding down south, which DeFIANT is now also trying to do. But will have a bit of a difficult time, because, well, yeah, they're struggling for cash. So the expansion will be relatively slow if they're going to keep up buggy production. Down south, bit of a push now for Black Templar. We'll be focusing on the power plant. Will not do all that much, since that it is DeFIANT has still got 127 power left over. Silo for inefficient refinery placement if it goes up. Turret now should be good against the buggies, but minigunners, had they engaged, could have done a bit of damage there. Did not do that. And push up north for DeFIANT now. Into a harvester, or refinery. With a couple of bikes, but it does not work. Second airstrip is now out for Black Templar as well down south. Well, has been there for a couple of seconds already. Yeah, it has been there. But only now it's like really getting used. Couple of bikes as well. Communication center out, so could we see flame tanks? I believe we should be able to see those. But it could also just be for minimap. For radar, because of course that is very nice as well. Especially because you are quite spread out, so you can't really see everything at the same time. You don't have the luxury of zooming out. Anyways, over here, bit of a buggy push again, but focusing on the refinery, which, well, means that they will lose a couple of them to the, like, good damage output from those bikes. If they pincer the units here, it could have been a decent fight. Good fight? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Just because of the number of bikes Black Templar had. But still, could have been a bit better than, like, going in one after the other. Now, over here, well, a bit of a bike push, which should be able to take that refinery down quite easily. And Harvester goes with it. Second Harvester goes into the refinery. Could lose another one. But these buggies should be able to hold on well enough, I would assume. It is being repaired, so it will be close, but I don't think it's going to go down, no. And over here, well, just sitting there, okay. Sure. Black Templar's expansion is a lot better, a lot safer, and because of that, they're way ahead in eco. 42,000 versus like 35,000. So that is a significant swing. But on the other hand, like KD, though that is of course like not attrition, but it's just kill-death ratio. Doesn't really say all that much, but it's still quite even. Would say that Black Templar has probably used more infantry, so their units are a little bit less valuable compared to the ones from DeFIANT. Who goes for a third airstrip, immediately sells off the construction yard as well. So we'll not have very good eco, but we'll have a bit of a cash stockpile like to like launch a push with. I don't know if that's going to work. I mean, Obelisk Light is over here now, so pushing on this side will be difficult. Turret as well. And up north, well, not really most units, but like a good number of units for Black Templar are over here. And, well, since they do still have cash in the bank, they still have their construction yard, they should be able to just build a couple of defenses here without too many difficulties. But we'll see. A bit of a sneak, a little bit of a push could work, maybe. But, well, engineers I don't see... Well, they are still in the back of his base, but I don't expect those to do anything. Just because with this many buggies all around the field, sneaking those in is going to be, like, pretty much impossible. If Black Templar like retreats a little bit, they should be able to fight under either the turret or Obelisk of Light, which should give the fights a little bit of an edge to them. But they're not doing that. Oh well. Eco, long-term eco is going to be difficult. Down south is pretty much handled or like defended by Black Templar. This field in the southeast will be quite okay for DeFIANT still, but they only have one refinery there, and everything else is pretty much out for them, and even this field is going to be difficult to harvest from. So already out of cash, Black Templar isn't, selling off one airstrip. So, now fighting under turret and Obelisk. Not ideal, and they do lose a lot of units there. Is harvesting this field, which should definitely be denied by Black Templar, but difficult to see that, of course, since they've also got to pay attention to this field, or like these fields, and like these armies, because this is quite scary what DeFIANT has. I mean, that's a good number of bikes, get sniped by Obelisk quite easily, but now are on your construction yard, and that should go down. After that, you do not have the ability to build Obelisk anymore, you don't have the ability to build turrets, and the construction yard, well, Seems weird, but it stays up. Like, how does that stay up? I don't know. That was like 6 or 7 bikes. You would assume that with that many shots that should have gone down, but it just didn't. Too bad, Defiant, but that means that Obelisk was still on the table for Black Templar. Bikes still are. Eco expansion still is, though that is, well, probably not the best idea anymore. Since, well, what do you gain from it? Sure, a little bit more harvesting on this field, but other than that, you don't really get anything from that. Since almost all other fields are either out or you already have harvesters close by. And over here, well, Defiant is being like picked apart over here. Not great. Up north, they are still holding on okay and surprisingly well with their like harvesting over here. But I mean, I don't assume they are going to hold on. I mean, the eco lead for Black Templar is now like over 20,000. They've still got cash in the bank. KD has now flipped in their favor, even though they have been the ones using more infantry units. So the cheaper units. Good number of forces still left over here. And yeah, I just don't see it. Harvester over there going down for Defiant. I say, but it's just there it goes. And that means that eco for Defiant will slow down even more, and they are now indeed selling off. It's, well, are they? I thought they were, but I guess it's just a partial sell-off. Because they don't assume they're going to hold on down south. They still have like 1,500 to spend on buggies or bikes. But no, I don't see that happening. You've still got 5 power left over, so they're not in low power, and there is the final sell-off. It's now a 1-0 in this best of 3 for Black Templar. Game 2 on 4 pools with, in the orange, it is Defiant, versus in the yellow, it is Black Templar Gaming. And, well, Black Templar is playing as a Nod, whereas Defiant is switching it up and going for GDI. So, Grenadiers versus Flamethrowers, that is what it is. Pools has been seen quite often in the tournament. And, well, Defiant with a slightly faster start this time around. Didn't move the construction yard at all, whereas Black Templar seems to have moved it just a couple of spots. And in the meantime, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to the channel, because asking just works far too well not to do it. And with that being said, spread out refineries versus like clumped up ones should mean that the field up north is going to run out faster for Defiant, and it should have been like slightly easier to expand to like the southern field, to the big field for Black Templar by taking this build order. And that whereas with just like 1 power plant right now, so isn't at 5 power, and now at -25, so really aggressive with their like expansion, like 4 refineries already, and should probably just go for power plant next, because otherwise I don't understand. And that, whereas they are the Nod player. Normally Nod is like, oh, let me just get my 3 refineries and then go into an airstrip. No, Black Templar is not doing that. Like going for a greedy or like expansion, but seemingly going for an airstrip now? That wouldn't make sense to me. I mean, you're already at -25 power. Yeah, there it is. Okay, sure, -55 power it is. Sure. I guess it gets your airstrip up slightly faster compared to going for power plant first, but it seems weird. Anyways, it's now 4 refs versus 5. So Defiant has caught up in eco and is actually like 1 harvester like ahead in total. A couple hundred now, like 300, sure. Black Templar also with their 5th refinery out, and 6th one over here now for Defiant. Right. It's Grenadier versus Buggy. Sure thing. Buggies shouldn't engage with like that big ball, but picking off just a couple of them should be easy enough. You don't really have enough buggies to really snipe anything yet, but just sniping a couple of grenadiers should be good. Losing a couple of buggies in the process, but not too many. Defiant is almost out of cash, so isn't really able to keep up production very well anyways. And now with, well, 7, 8 buggies near the construction yard, it could be really bad. Because there it goes. It's not going down very quickly, which, like, assuming these were bikes, but it's still going down. And I don't think Defiant got the cash for it. So, what do they do? Well, they push in on the other side. The best defense is a good offense, of course. Yeah. But I don't assume that's going to work. They're like full oh wait, no, they do have War Factory. Sure, I missed that going up. So they do have the ability to make medium tanks, which isn't bad. Their eco is still ever so slightly ahead, but the Black Templar should be able to just get more eco if they want to, or probably just outproduce them, because it seems like they've got like one more harvester, so like 76 I believe it is, or yes, it seems like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 76. So their eco should be better soon, and well, with a snipe up here, it should definitely be better. So push in the middle now for Defiant. Not going for the harvester, even though the harvester is driving over your grenadiers. So losing out on a couple of infantry units just like that. Flame tank is out to take down the grenadiers. Turret good enough against medium tank. 3 medium tanks, no defenses here other than these 2 for Black Templar though. So what are they going to do against it? 2 turrets, that is quite okay. 3,000 in the bank, so should have like quite quick bike production. And still keeping the pressure on the other side, so Defiant really can't like reinforce this push at all. And will they be able to take down the airstrip? They should not be able to. On this side, push for like Black Templar has been stopped a little bit, but now should get the reinforcements from the bikes. Is going to group up seemingly. And if they do, well, no bikes seem to wanna. Nope. Okay. Kinda grouping up. Flame tank great against the infantry. Bikes good enough, or even like great against the medium tanks. Will be able to take down another refinery, I say. But those grenadiers deal a lot of damage. And yes, they will be able to take down another refinery, just not the one they were focusing on at first. Now going to go after those medium tanks. And yeah, I mean 124 to 58. Sure, a lot of these are grenadiers, but that's still a like 2 to 1 KD. It's not as if buggies are all that expensive. And bikes aren't expensive either. It's not as if these are all medium things and these are all just grenadiers. Nope. And oh, flamethrower is getting good shots off as well. Most of the grenadiers have already gone down. Medium tank might be picked off. More units over here for Black Templar. Turret in the fence, so medium tanks aren't going to do a whole lot. And it seems kind of over. Just look at the map control, like their entire side, double airstrip, versus like 1 war factory, and like a couple of things, like 3 refineries. Do have like 4... Yes, 4 harvesters. But still, I mean, long distance, very long distance this. And not a lot of defenses here. Is now in minus power as well, minus 27. There it is. There you can see, minus 63 power for Defiant, so production will be slowed down. Yeah. They've got double barracks, one war factory, but they can't keep up production, and I'm not going to slow it down. Because there goes the war factory, and everything else will follow. And with that, it's 2-0 in a best of 3, which means that Black Templar moves on, because this was of course a tournament game. So well done that you made it this far into the video. Consider watching the video in your lower left, but that's all I'm going to have for you today, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.